Hey everyone, have I here, bro? Video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds for the Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Saiyan Goku Exchange Super Saiyan Gohan EZA. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So like I mentioned before in my previous video doing the EZA Transforming Cell, this is an Extreme Z battle that's going to give you opportunities to EZA both of the Exchange Gohan and the Transformation Cell. The team that you're going to be bringing is an Android Cell Saga category team, and you just want to make sure you're bringing the right type advantages, because for STR physical units, you can't bring them. You can bring them for defensive purposes, but for damage, it's not going to do much because you're going to have 80% damage against damage mitigation against you. So you want to bring in extreme int units and then AGL units and tech units. And I think bringing the Dokkan Festival exclusive Cell and the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR Gohan, they're going to be some valuable units that you can bring. But I digress. Let's go ahead and dive into the breakdown for this unit here, the Exchange Gohan. It's a good one. This is a good EZA, a needed one, especially for if you're going to be running an Android Cell Saga team. But we're going to also talk about his leader skill as well. The nice thing about this unit, it doesn't have many restrictions at all, or really no restrictions at all. So you can go ahead and slot him in many different categories down here. And we're going to go through various different teams that you can run currently in the game. So Link skills are pretty decent here in Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. So let's make this bigger and let's talk about the leader skill, which really the 170% is very good in Super Saiyans and Goku family, but it only has one 30% boost for 200% for the Android Cell Saga, making this leader skill very limited. You'll kind of see what options you can run at 200%. It's really not that much. You do have, for the super attack here, a stacking SA multiplier here. Greatly raises attack and then greatly raises defense for one turn. They easily could have made this both stack, because you are going to want to exchange to Gohan as soon as possible. But if you had the ability to stack defense, you might want to stick around a little bit more with the Goku. So you also do have the high chance of stunning the enemy as well. Then the passive skill, you do have Ki +2 attack and defense 200%. And then when attacking with 12 Ki or more, you can get an additional attack and defense 159%, so a huge boost there. And then for 5 turns from the character's entry turn, defense 159%, great chance to perform a critical hit. Launches additional attack, has a great chance of coming super attack. And then here's the thing that you have to watch out for. It's a great chance of evading enemy attack within the turn after performing a super attack. So this is not a slot 1 unit at all. It's going to be either a floater or it's going to be a slot 2 unit. So make sure that that does happen in that case. So you could get caught up in certain scenarios if an enemy locks you in a certain position. So and then starting from the 6th turn from the character entry turn, you get your defense. Your defense, basically all this stuff happens, and so here's the thing. I actually don't know. Yeah, it drops. So starting from the 6th turn, because you only do this for 5 turns. Starting from the 6th turn, you drop from 159 to 59, and then you only have a high chance versus a great chance of a critical hit. And launches additional attack, has a high chance of becoming super attack, and then high chance of evasion. You basically don't want to be Goku after, or right here at the 6th turn. So make sure you exchange. There's really no reason for you to go ahead and do that. So after evading attack, you also do get a boost of attack and defense 59%, which is nice. So anyway, active skill, in order for you to exchange, you're going to perform 3 super attacks, and then you are good to go. So generally after the 2nd turn, 3rd turn, you're going to be able to exchange, and you definitely want to, because Gohan is absolutely incredible. So this is when you exchange to Gohan here. You don't stack attack anymore. You massively raises attack and defense. That's 100% boost. And then look at the goodness of this passive. So the passive here is Ki +2 attack and defense 250%. After receiving an attack, you get an additional 58% to attack there. The more HP you have, the more defense you have, up to 158% defense. For 3 turns, you're pretty much unkillable, because for 3 turns you guard against all attacks, damage reduction at 58%. After guarding is activated 2 times, so after you get hit twice, you're going to get an additional defense 158%, damage mitigation of 10%, and then crit chance of 20%. So you're going to get 158%, up to 158%, guard damage mitigation at 58%, so it'll be at 68%. And then if your guard is activated 3 times in the battle, so the third hit there gives you another attack defense 158%, damage mitigation 10%, and then chance of performing a critical hit 30%. And then after five guards activated in the battle, you then just guard in total. So once this probably drops off after 3 turns here, all this then activates. Damage mitigation additional 10%, and then chance to perform critical hit 50%, which of course that's a total of 100% after you basically get hit 5 times. So yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So yes, this does go away. This 58% goes away, and you're only going to have 30% damage mitigation, but you're going to still have guard, and you're going to have all this boost here, and I think you're just absolutely going to be fine. So when receiving a Ki Blast, and then here's the additional additional piece to there, when you're receiving a Ki Blast super attack, great chance of nullifying it and countering with Ferocious Power, which is a very strong counter. And then if your HP is 77% or less, you just nullify it and counter. So pretty OP in terms of having this little extra for Ki Blast super attack enemies. So definitely want to bring that for those types of enemies there. So yeah, no reason to stay at Goku. And I think if they would have made the defensive stack here, you might have say, okay, I'll just do it for one more turn, stack a little bit more, and then exchange. But ultimately, you just want to go ahead and move into Gohan as soon as possible. So let's talk about the team builds, because it's not much. As you can see here, this is the whole grouping for 200%, and that is all. So not much here. You'd have a few units that are of course pretty good, but ultimately this is kind of what's going to look like in terms of a 200% team. Not too many options in terms of floaters. You can run any of the ones that you kind of see below, but ultimately you're going to have to run the Big Bang Vegeta in first position on this team here, and then physical full power Gohan, and he's not perfect in first position, but he can hold his own on certain events. And then you are going to bring a support unit for super class. Unfortunately, Vegeta is not going to get supported here with the EZA Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So, but again, everyone else you can maybe slot whatever units on there. If they EZA this unit, this is going to make this team a lot stronger. Sadly, like this guy's here. So, anyway, again, it's just not very good for 200%. So, what you could do is open it up, and then you can bring amazing units. As you can tell here, you have the 10-year anniversary Dokkan Festival exclusives, Gogeta and Vegito. You have Diamond Goku, you have Beast Gohan, but the problem all here is all those down arrows, they are running at 170%. So this is probably one of the best 170% teams that you could run. Very, very good 170% team. You have a few characters at the 200, but ultimately you can see have a lot more ults, a lot more options, and ultimately it's still a usable team. It's just not going to be top tier. Could it crack the top 10? Probably not. I don't even know if it's even top 20 at this moment in time, unless we get a lot more great Android Cell Saga units EZA'd, so that you can run on the 200% here. So anyway, of course, other teams that you're not going to be the leader on, for example, the Transformation Cell, the EZA one there, this is a good rotation that you can bring. This is only going to be running 170%, but you can bring, because of the Gohan, the Android 16 EZA, which is a solid unit there. So this team can work out. You can run the Worldwide Chaos Tournament participants, new Dokkan Festival exclusive STR Cell Perfect Form, basically run that same rotation if you like, or you can just put them as a floater on each of the teams as well. So again, you don't want to run them in first position. You kind of want to run them in first position once you exchange in the Gohan, but Again, ultimately, this is kind of some options here for extreme class teams. Not very, very good. Now, you can run this unit here on a full power team. Now, remember, that's key plus 4, 220%. So I just was really running this unit here as a floater, but technically, if you don't have like Broly here, you can run this is second position, and that's going to be fine. You can bring some other units along as well. It might look maybe something like this, right? And that can work as well. The problem is if you do run, oh, why do I have two here? If you do run Daima Vegeta and then or Super Saiyan Namek Goku here, they're stuck in first position. So, and once you exchange, you kind of want to run in first position. So that's kind of goofy there. So again, you can just go ahead and possibly maybe run it this way and then bring a different unit as a floater versus using this first position unit where they have to be in first position, right? So anyway, a lot more versatility on the full power Goku team, and I think this makes this team actually a little bit better in terms of your bench options. So another team that's never seemingly ever going to go away here is Beast Gohan. So I don't know where you would put him. I guess you can put him here if you wanted to. If you didn't have some of these units, you can put him there. If you don't want to run a support unit in Beerus, you can run him there. And this is going to be running at 200% because he is Bond of Master's Disciple and Entrusted Will. So again, I think this unit here does make this team a little bit better, especially in certain events. So I think that's a solid upgrade. And then of course you do have the Earth Protecting Heroes, Pure Saiyan's team here. He is running as a Pure Saiyan because it's the Goku, not the Exchange Gohan. That's most of the category it's on. And you can maybe substitute it because this is running at 200% because of the Earthbred Fighters. Substitute it for the 170% EZAs here if you like, or if you again don't want to run a floater, or maybe the problem here is first position is a little bit iffy on the second turn or the second rotation. You can maybe run something like this. But so again, a nice addition. You can kind of slot them kind of wherever you want to slot them there. The next one's kind of weird. It's like we always forget about the Turtle School. And Roshi here, so it's a support unit. Again, this team is basically only good for like 7 turns, right? Because of his damage reduction going away after 7 turns. It's not really designed for longer events. But again, if you're running Roshi for some reason to complete a mission or something like that, I think the Exchange Gohan does actually help out. And then finally, the most recent superclass team of DB Saga and Earthbred Fighters, you can run this unit here, but unfortunately you're going to run 170%. You can kind of slot them wherever you want to slot them, second or floater position on there. So there you have it, boys and girls. So that is the breakdown and some fun little team builds for the Exchange Gohan. Let me know what you guys think about this unit here. I think they did a great job. I think it's better than Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell does have a really good upside, and for 3 turns, I would say maybe even better than this unit. But I think overall, this unit is absolutely better once you get exchanged into Gohan. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we will catch you next time. Later.